Hi, my name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money. In this video, I'm going to go over all the details of renting a Tesla through the Hertz partnership with Uber. I watched so many videos before doing it myself, and I'm going to answer a lot of questions that I hadn't really seen out there and prepare you with everything you need to know. If you are new here, I have created this channel to help you learn how to travel, adventure, and have fun on the road to financial independence. I have traveled the world, I own a couple of houses in Spain, and I'm on a creative journey to financial independence. I believe that the road to financial freedom can and should be fun. I hope you'll subscribe and join me on this journey, no matter where you are starting from. A couple of months ago, I learned about the Uber Tesla rental program through Hertz. I'm not going to lie, I really wanted to drive a Tesla for a week, and I also wanted to see if it was financially beneficial for an Uber driver. There are certain benefits, such as not having to put mileage on your own car. Charging currently costs less than filling a gas tank. Uber is offering an extra dollar for every ride as an incentive to drive Tesla vehicles, and you get to drive a Tesla. I had assumed with taxes and insurance that the total would be around $450 per week, but I was wrong. It was significantly less. So here's how everything works from the beginning. To start, you can't just create an Uber driver account and go rent yourself a Tesla. You have to have at least 150 completed rides and a rating at 4.85 or higher. You must be 21 years or older, you must have an active credit or debit card, and you must be willing to complete 30 trips for Uber each week while renting the Tesla. If you are a driver that already meets these requirements, you can simply Google "rent a Tesla with Uber," and the first non-ad page that is listed will be a page on Uber's website. Once that page loads, you will see a button on the right that says "Reserve a Tesla." Click that button and follow the prompts to get started. It will require you to sign into your Uber account, and then you can easily complete your reservation. Right here, I want to stop and explain something. Uber and Hertz have a partnership that seems to have locations specifically set up for the purpose of renting to Uber drivers. It's not a regular Hertz location. You'll want to check the list of cities on that page that I mentioned before to see if there is a location available for you to rent from. Small and even mid-sized towns will not generally have this option, and each of the big cities will likely have one location. For example, I live in Orlando. There is only one location in this city that services this kind of rental. When I was there, I noticed a gentleman who had driven 2 hours from Tampa to get his rental because there was only one location in Tampa and they didn't have any cars available. Another thing to keep in mind is that they keep normal business hours of 9 to 5. I had initially put in a pickup time of 5 p.m., which the system allowed me to do. It was a good thing that I looked at the date and time listed on Google Maps because I realized that they closed at 5 and went in early to make sure I was able to pick up my rental. One of the things that Uber advertises is that they will give you a $40 credit on your Uber passenger account to get a ride to the rental location to pick up the Tesla. I'm not sure if anyone has actually gotten these vouchers by just clicking the button, but when I did, it basically said that there were only a limited number of vouchers available and that there were none remaining. And this is the kind of bait and switch and false advertising that I don't like about Uber and companies that operate like them. I get that they probably put some sort of asterisk on a note at the bottom of the web page, but let's just call a spade a spade. You never actually intended to give that voucher to the people who rented, but you wanted to make them think it was available to them to make the offer look more enticing. It's not your best character moment, Uber. Well, I wasn't really satisfied with that web page telling me I couldn't have the $40 credit, so I called the driver service line. I spoke to someone who quickly just added a $40 credit to my Uber passenger account that was available for me to use to pick up the Tesla, to order Uber Eats, or whatever I wanted to use it for on the Uber platform. I was pleased with that, I guess. It's just the whole jumping through hoops that is frustrating. During the weeks that led up to the date I had selected for the rental, I received several emails from Hertz about the rental that would go over how the car key worked, how the steering and accelerator worked, and more fun details about the car. I actually watched all of them, and it helped me prepare for what to expect with a Tesla. On the day of my rental, I showed up to the location, which is basically a trailer on a lot. When I went inside, there was a sign-in sheet, and from what I could see on the sheet, everyone was there to rent a Tesla. I only had to wait about 10 minutes, and then I was able to sit with one of the two available Hertz employees who went over everything with me. I was actually really impressed with this part and enjoyed my time working with the woman who helped me. Be sure to have your driver's license and credit card ready. They also asked for my email and the confirmation number. Now, let's talk about what I paid and what your options are for insurance. Basically, Uber covers you for the time with the Tesla when you are actually driving for Uber. But before you buy the additional insurance to cover you while you're driving the Tesla on your own time, contact your insurance carrier to see if you are covered. I contacted mine, explained the situation, and was told that I was covered for the rental. This is great and will save you from having to pay an additional daily rate for the extra insurance. I was expecting my total for the rental to be over $400 after taxes and fees, but it was less. The rental starts at $334 per week, and my total with taxes and fees was right around $375. You'll need a credit card where they can hold an additional $200 deposit. Some other financial numbers we should talk about are charging and tolls. First of all, I was super surprised to find that they included a charging port that I could plug in at home. The woman warned me that the charge is super slow, and it was, but it was awesome to be able to give the car an extra 50 miles of charge while I was sleeping, and it probably cost me a lot less on electricity. When it comes to using the Tesla supercharger stations, it's nice because it automatically gets billed to your Tesla rental and charged to your credit card. You just pull up to one of the stations and plug it in. It will show you on the dashboard of the screen how much it is costing you. I found that this usually took about 15 minutes and would cost me around $12 to $15. I only had to do it a few times during the week, but this was also the week that we had a hurricane in Florida, so I wasn't driving the car every day. They told me not to charge the car beyond 95% of the way. I would usually fill up when I got down to about 80 miles on the car, so the 15 minutes and $12 to $15 was usually adding about 175 miles to the car. Another thing she let me know about was an e-pass, which is what we use in Florida for tolls. I'm sure it's different in each state, but basically I could put my own e-pass in the car. If I went through a toll without one on any given day, the toll would end up being billed to my Hertz account, but I would also have to pay a $5 fee for each day that I ended up driving through tolls without my e-pass. The woman who processed my rental took me out to the car and showed me around, then had me complete certain steps in the car to make sure I understood how everything worked. First was the key card. You put the key up next to the side of the door to unlock it and enter. She advised me to keep it in my pocket at all times and not to lock the car from the screen, but only lock it with the key card once you're outside the car. She mentioned that they charge quite a bit if they have to unlock the car, and I think they charge around $300 if they have to replace a key card. She showed me how the entertainment screen worked, how to control my mirrors, how to put the car in drive, neutral, reverse, and park. I was nerding out and giving her a lot of entertainment with my reactions. Another important note is that you are responsible for returning the car in the same clean condition that you picked it up in. It's supposed to be vacuumed, trash removed, etc. There was a gentleman returning his Tesla, and the lady was like, "You should take it somewhere and vacuum it before you return it because there is a $50 charge if you return it in bad condition." When I returned my Tesla rental, I wiped down the entire exterior, interior, and vacuumed the car and the trunk. The guy that went to check the car came back and said, "I'm going to take a picture of the car, how you returned it, and put it up on the wall to show other people how they should return a car. It doesn't even look like you rented it." I was glad to receive such praise, and also thinking that maybe I overdid the cleaning a little bit. Now, you might be wondering about keeping the Tesla rental for multiple weeks. When you make the reservation, you only have the option to reserve for a week, but if you want to keep the Tesla for multiple weeks, before your week is up, there is a number you can call on your rental paperwork and extend the rental for an additional week. I believe you can keep extending it up to a month, possibly more, but I'm not entirely sure what that limit is. Okay, in a video coming out soon, I'll talk about the numbers during the week of the rental. Do you make more money? Do you make more in tips? Is it worth paying for the rental? Well, it's definitely fun to drive, but I'll answer all of those questions in a video soon, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to join me every Sunday where travel and adventure build financial freedom. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.